Good morning guys, it is Monday morning and we do have a sale to pick from the new store. But in this episode, we're going to talk about a bit of controversy that we accidentally created in last week's video because I think it's something we really need to talk about. But before we get into that controversy, I'm going to show you what we sold on the new store, and I'm actually going to do you guys a bit of an update on the DVD store as well because it's been a little while since we've talked about that store. So I think it's a perfect time to get back into it. So I'm just going to put you guys down here so I can grab that item. And it is this one here, that Star Wars Loungefly bag that we found at the garage sale. I think it was probably the first episode that we filmed, but this is now sold for $55 plus international post, which means we're going to get to travel some extra kilometers on that scratch mat this week. I'm just going to put this one up at the shipping station and then head down to the DVD store, pick those DVDs from the weekend and show you what we've been selling on that store, because it's probably been a little bit quieter on there, but that has a few reasons. We haven't been as consistent on that store with everything going on. It's sort of fallen down the pecking order of things that we need to do. Not saying that we haven't been putting some effort into it, because it is important to keep things moving, and the only way to do that is to provide some consistency on that store. But it's definitely not been like a 50 or 60 item a week listing. It's kind of more been about 30 to 40. So let me show you what we sold. You guys are gonna have to excuse the mess down here. This is where we put all the extra tubs and extra racking that we changed when Kara's store went out of the business, but I will go pick those items now and show you what they've sold for. This set here, Wycliffe series 1 to 5, ended up selling for $25 on an offer. So a little bit below what we're trying to aim for on that, but that should probably cost us about $8, $9 in shipping because it will go in a small. So we're still gonna make some decent money on that one. Bit better one here, Nero Wolf sold for $47 posted. That one is new and sealed, which definitely helped that one out. Here's an interesting one, Jag, and this isn't even the complete series. There's one in here that is sealed, the rest are pre-owned. This sold for $75, which just shows you don't always need complete series to sell them off. If they are more desirable series, then you can still get some really good money even if you are missing a couple series. We also sold this Ghost Whisperer for $53.96, so I think they took advantage of our 15% discount on that one to get them at that price. But they did not last very long at all. So that's probably one to be keeping an eye out for when you're out in the op shops or at garage sales. Ghost Whisperer, sold pretty quick. Next up, Revenge series 1 to 4, sold for $39.95. That one is in pre-owned condition, but happy to get it out the door. Younger season 1 to 5, sold for $35.96. This little war bundle ended up selling for $44.95. It did take some time, but it has sold, so I'm pretty happy with that. Individually, these aren't really worth a lot of money, so if we can find similar items like this, we will bundle them up to get a little bit more money out of them. Found this little Death in Paradise season 12. It is new and sealed. That one came in one of our bulk deals, and that ended up selling for $32.95. Not bad for a $1 cost of good. We sold this USC Ultimate Finishes for $34.95. It is like a box set, so I might have to slip that into a medium to keep the cost down. Super cheap sale on this one. This Sunsets by Powderfinger only sold for 20 bucks, so we're not gonna make a heap of money on that one. I think I had that listed for 30, but it'd been sitting for a while, so happy to take 20 on it. As I said, postage probably gonna cost us around $8 to $9 on that because we don't do anything untracked. So there's probably only a couple dollars left in that after we've paid all our fees and shipping and all that sort of stuff, but it's out the door. And the last one on that DVD store was this Untouchables volume 1 to 4, sold for $39.95. So I'm gonna head over to the package station, get all this stuff packaged, and then we're gonna talk about some of that controversy that we created in last week's video. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys why I started getting some work done, because it's Monday like 10:30 and I haven't started drafting yet. We are doing jeans today, so I'm gonna load all them up and get them done. But essentially the controversy that was created in last week's video unintentionally was a discussion around whether people should be asking for discounts at op shops. And it's definitely not something that we would like recommend or think is a good idea. And it's not something that we do regularly. I think that's probably the third time in our whole thrifting career we've ever asked for a discount. One of them was on a pair of R.M. Williams boots that were sitting in a salvos, and they had like a little bit of a layer of dust on them, so we knew they were sitting there for quite a while. Another one was a typewriter at actually the same op shop that we got the jacket from, that we'd actually seen for about 4 to 6 weeks sitting in the store, and it was something that Jazzy wanted to collect for herself. So we just said, hey, this has been here a little while, is this something you guys would be able to do a bit better price on? And they're like, yeah, actually it's been sitting for a while, so we can drop it a little bit. And thirdly was obviously in this video when we're talking about that jacket. Now, I think it's more about how you approach those situations. It really wasn't a fact of please give us this for this price. We just said to them, hey, this jacket we're really interested in. We're buying all this other stuff. Is there little bit better price you can do on the jacket. And if they had said no, then absolutely fine, we would have put it back. But in this occasion, they were more than happy to drop it to 20 bucks. They could see that all the other stuff we were buying on, we weren't asking for any discounts on that, so they understood that we were happy to pay fair prices. So I think in that occasion, they were happy to just drop 20 bucks off that, get it out the door, because they did say it had been sitting there for a while. Obviously, op shops can charge whatever they want on things. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sell for that price. And I think $40 on that was probably on the high end of what you're going to get in an op shop for that type of item, unless the person that definitely wanted it for themselves walked into that shop and they happen to be a large. So I think overall, it's probably not something that we recommend or would advise people to do, because obviously op shops are out there trying to make money for their causes, and offering them a lower price on something that's just come to the store is probably not really fair for them. And you know, they are a charity and they're trying to provide support to the community. But in the same sentence, if something's been sitting there for a long time and it hasn't moved, they probably will want to move it on so they can support those funds. So interested in conversation, let us know in the comments below what you guys think. But yeah, it's not something that we like go out of our way to like try and undercut the pricing at op shops or give them a raw deal. We actually bought a couple pairs of shorts from there as well that we didn't show on the video because they're going to our main store. So I think in those situations where you are being fair with them, there isn't much reason that they won't be happy to do that sort of thing. And it wasn't like we put a price on that item. We just said, hey, like, is there any slightly better price you can do? And she said, yeah, look, I'll do it for 20 bucks because it's been sitting here for a few weeks. So yeah, interesting conversation. Second comment I wanted to address was talking about that op shop doesn't offer discounts, and I'm sure they don't on a regular basis. Most op shops probably won't, but I think there was a set of circumstances in this situation where they were comfortable to do that. We're obviously buying, you know, I think 6 other items in total, and we're just offering to take that item if they could do it at a slightly better price. So I'm not really sure if like that person's potentially gone in there before and has been a situation where they didn't offer a discount or they asked. I'm not really sure how that's worked out, but I mean, it's all right place, right time, and we've always found those particular ladies very friendly. So yeah, it's interesting how different things work out for different people. And as I said before, it's not something that we regularly do or is part of our business model at all, but that situation, we just felt like it was okay for us to ask that question with the expectation that they weren't going to offer anything. All right guys, it is Tuesday now and we are actually heading to do a local deal. And we might be able to get some footage while we're actually doing this local deal. It is a person that used to sell on eBay and for their own personal reasons is scaling down their eBay business. And we're not even really sure what we're going to look at just yet.
It's a mystery pick.
So we'll probably take you guys along as much as we can. Obviously we won't be filming the whole thing because we want to be respectful for their house, but we will try and get some footage as we go through if we find anything. If not, you guys will probably never see this part of the episode. So we're gonna head there now and see what we can find. This is pretty much everything.
This is what I've got left that I think you
might be interested in.
Have you ever seen a talking Viewmaster?
No, I haven't.
Tycho.
Yeah.
That's Star Wars fighter pods. Lego alarm clock.
These are those little thumb wrestler dudes.
We have definitely shipped some of them before. Oh, I know these. You spend hours and hours and hours cutting and folding paper into like a whole stool, like you'd make every single little hot dog. Oh. I don't have the patience for that.
But that's not for me. Cookies. Collectible ornaments. Blue crate. Buck bunny.
EB Games celebrating 25 years.
It's kind of cool. Some clothes.
This is fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm more leaning towards collectibles and stuff.
Yeah. That's where
my knowledge is. But
and what were you thinking on like all the pops and that?
I haven't
Is that kind of what you think their value?
That's a rough value
okay.
that I put them out for.
Yeah.
Sometimes I take a bit less.
Yeah. Oh, you take these to the market?
Yeah. Yep. 20 there. I'd do 75 for the whole box.
What do you think? 75 for the pops?
You have some that are
good.
Interesting.
Some are bad.
So like got the Alfred E. from Mad Magazine, I've got Pokemon ones, I've got basketball ones,
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic, and some from Harry Potter, and
Keep saying I'll never buy pop vinyls again, but then you said Harry Potter.
vintage NHL.
Yeah.
This is a vintage Dukes puffer.
Yeah, that's cool. Swing on the Swingster stack. Yeah, this is the stuff that I like.
Yeah,
we all like it. We
that's
all
why
like
I sat it here. I'm like, this is my stuff that I know you'll probably go, what do you want?
Yeah.
But
you need to make the right money.
yeah.
500 for the lot, you reckon?
Yeah. And you've got like
Quite a bit.
hats. I know you're not a port fan, but
I'll sell it. I'll sell it.
but port jerseys.
Yeah.
I do the same with Crow stuff. I sell Crow stuff, but I sell it all interstate.
Yeah, right.
So all my Crow stuff that I've ever sold has gone to WA.
Really?
So weird.
But yeah.
I'll have a bit of a
Starter
rifle
hat.
through it because
So if you grab this, one.
The spare tub.
there you go. You were prepared.
So let me explain this one to you. So when the Hornets were in Charlotte, they moved to New Orleans,
Yeah, right.
changed to the Pelicans. The Bobcats started in Charlotte and then changed back to the Hornets.
So it's kind of a crossover.
So it's a crossover, then crossed over. It's a very weird hat.
These are all nice though, all these hats.
That's a keeper for you.
The Bulls. I just bought 2 new Bulls hats. Clippers.
That one's cool.
OKC goes really well at the moment in Australia because of Josh Giddey being in
Yeah.
OKC.
Man, I wish I knew sports stuff.
Cheap.
That's very cool. We don't do many t-shirts, but I'm finding that the ones that do sneak through seem to be sports t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that wrestling? Boxing?
Boxing.
Be at about 300.
Okay.
All that.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds fair. You happy with that, Jess?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. 300 for that. 70 for the pops, and then 50 for the games. 50 on those, and 50 for the DVDs. There's a couple of decent titles in there. You think that's right?
Yep.
And on these ones?
So call it 30 for the lot.
Yep. And is that including
That's
that?
including me.
So we're like 500 total.
500.
So we've just finished that deal, $520 in the end, which I think was fair, not only for us, but also for Angus. Now he did contact us, so I'm not sure if we can actually use that in the thrift challenge, if you want to call it, trash to travel. So what we'll do is we'll probably list it all on the main store, but we thought we would share this experience with you guys to show you what we do. You know, when we're not out op shopping and doing other deals, we're often doing local deals and local pickups. So thank you, Angus, really appreciate you reaching out to us. You're an absolute legend, and thank you for doing us a great deal.
It was real nice to be able to take you guys along to that private pick. A lot of the private picks that we go to, we can't take you because they're established contacts and we just can't share that information. And a lot of people don't really want us rolling in with a camera. So it was super cool that Angus was happy for us to bring the camera along for this one. We did manage to get out for a tiny thrift earlier in the week and we got 2 pretty decent trash to travel items. Another trash to travel episode, another trip to our second home, Savers. Note the going rate on Doc Martens is 99, Demonia 35, and RM Williams at $80. Good at brands as all those shoes are, they're all probably priced a little bit too high for trash to travel. Look at all of these. What do you think they're gonna be?
$3.99.
$2.99. Okay, Sisterhood of Dune, hot right now, hardcover. It says first edition 2012. I can see one for $62 on 32 bids. This costs $7.99. In the basket? In the basket. A bit of RM Williams. What I like about this one is that it's vintage and it's moleskin and it's red. What I don't like is that it's 16. I think we did miss some of the bargains today because they're having 40% off summer and we didn't realize, and it's late afternoon, but we still got some goodies. And we just stole their coat hanger, so I'm just gonna go take that back right now. Item number 1, I'm pretty excited about this Sisterhood of June hardcover. We just went and saw June 2 in the cinema. It is pretty hyped right now. So I thought it was worth looking up, and I could see a comp for $62 on bid and another one for $100. I've listed mine for $89.95 and I'm very open to offers because we paid $6.39. And we paid $13.43 for this women's R.M. Williams moleskin vintage shirt. I only wish it was a men's because the men's version sells really, really well for us. The women's is good too, but it takes a little bit longer. So I've listed that one up for $69.95. But let's get into what you guys are probably here for, our sales for the week. And there was one. So we didn't get to list much this week and we didn't sell much this week. Coincidence? I'll let you fight it out in the comments. But let's go through the all-important numbers of the week and let you know if we actually get to travel anywhere. At the start of this episode, the kitty sat at $1,020.67, but then we made our 2 purchases for $13.43 and $6.39, which means that we were left with $1,000.85. And then we had our single sale, which did go to the United States, which makes our fee breakdown a little bit different from normal because there are things like sales tax that eBay scoops off the top. Our customer paid $93.26 in total for that Loungefly bag, including the postage and the sales tax. We paid fees of $18.95 and the shipping was $30.81 and that little sales tax was $4.26, which means our profit is $39.24. Our grand total in the kitty is $1,040.09, which is 20 kilometers. Which means my scratching this week is going to be very limited. We're going basically there. But progress is progress, and we've made leaps and bounds this week working on the business. And stay tuned for next week because I can pretty much tell you now it's going to be a good one.
I have not had a day like this in a very, very long time.